Court calls case of the people versus Thomas Vasher.
Nimish Ganatra for the people.
Mr. Ward.
Torshell Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, standing in place of Mr. Ward. Mr. Vasher, please state your name for the record.
My name is Thomas Vasher.
Thank you. And I have 3 cases for Mr. Vasher. And I'm not sure what we're doing on any of the 3.
Well, thank you, Judge. Obviously, I am not either. If the court would give me just 1 second, please, Judge, I apologize.
Your Honor, Andrew Van, Assistant Public Defender, just Mr. Ward.
What, we got 4 of you?
Well, we don't have the
Go
one
ahead.
who's needed at the moment. Mr. Ward just stepped out of the office. He and I are sharing an office at the moment. I'm not sure if he's covering an exam or what, but I can find him. We're both at the courthouse.
Your Honor,
Yeah,
Your Honor, I understand their situation. Mr. Vasher has a more recent case that was authorized that's on the PCC for today. We've been talking about a global plea. So I expect that Mr. Ward was wanting to adjourn it to give more time for us to negotiate.
No, we did. We talked yesterday and we weren't going to adjourn. We was actually trying to work with a decision because I was sentenced to a year in Washtenaw County Jail already on the 1 case.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Vasher.
I was sentenced to a year in Washtenaw County Jail with time for 330 days credited time served, with release to treatment, with release to sober living for 6 months, with release to probation for 6 months, and continued after that. I got a personal bond on the case that popped up last time when I was in front of Simpson, and he said he wanted to wait to
That'd
see
be
what they were
Judge
gonna do
Simpson,
with
but
that.
go ahead.
Yes, sorry, Judge. I think I understand where we are. Thank you, Mr. Ganatra, and thank you, Mr. Vasher. Judge, based on that information from both Mr. Ganatra and Mr. Vasher, I would ask the court to adjourn this matter, but I'd ask the court to consider amending Mr. Vasher's bond so that he could be released to treatment, Your Honor.
Yes, please. That's what we were trying to do. So I could go to treatment. I got a house payment. I'm 2 months behind on rent. I'm going crazy.
I understand.
I just 2 weeks into my 5-year-old son's life I never met before, and I'm just starting to grow as a human. I mean, honestly.
You done?
I think so, Judge. And Judge
So-
Simpson, not just Simpson, Judge Simpson. He's sorry about that.
I do need to be. I do have to have him have it in him say it that I can be released to treatment or I can't go. 'Cause I've
Him
already been
being the
released.
Honorable Judge Simpson, yes.
Yes, Your Honorable Judge Simpson, please.
Gonna throw down his name. I don't get a title. That's all right. Go ahead. I'm good. Is he done yet?
I think so, Judge.
So,
Your Honor, I apologize, Zachary Ward. I was
Oh,
at the
so
podium.
now you show up. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I was at the podium before Judge Perry. I apologize so much, Your Honor.
All right. Well, so what are we doing? You're now my 3rd public defender on this case. Well, and that doesn't include Vasher. So go ahead. Okay. So now you muted yourself and you're talking to me.
You're muted, Zach.
Your Honor, we'd be requesting all 3 matters set for preliminary exam.
Oh, so you want all these set for preliminary exam?
Yes, and I would love to address bond if the court will.
Well, okay, everybody else has, but see, so I'll set them for preliminary examination. July 18th, 2023, 9 a.m. That's before Judge Barr. Now, my understanding, before you go into a long explanation regarding bond, since we've heard from Vasher, what my understanding is, you just wanted the ability to have him released on a PR to treatment.
Yes, Your Honor, and we addressed bond at the previous PCC, and I informed the
Oh, I
court
remember.
about all of Mr. Vasher's ties to the community. So I would reiterate those, as well as advised the court that we were trying to get Mr. Vasher into drug court, which the people aren't in agreement with. But he is very motivated for treatment. So that's the request for the release to treatment.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna continue his bond on all of these matters. Submit to me a written order because I've got 3 cases here to make sure that we've got them all covered so you can be released. I think that's the cleanest way to do it.
So is that removing the $10,000 hold and releasing me to treatment?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yes.
My understanding is you want that you would be released on a PR to treatment.
Okay, yes, from you.
Oh, yeah.
The Honorable Judge
The
Simpson.
only thing holding me up
I don't
from
know who else
treatment
is gonna
is,
do it.
Your Honorable Judge Simpson, is the $10,000 bond with you. That's
Now,
the
so you
thing.
didn't give me time before, now they me all of them. All right, so look, Mr. Vasher,
Yes, Your Honor.
your attorney and all the attorneys that represented you today know exactly what I ordered.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
I just need a written order. They will get that to me and then we'll be done.
Yes, Your Honor. Honorable Judge.
Anything
Simpson,
else?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And have a
Your
blessed.
Honor, Your Honor, I just want to say one thing. It's going to be a long docket. There's a lot of demands that come from the requests from attorneys on every file. And there are these requests for felony drug court. And when you have violent offenders, people with violent offense convictions on their record, they're not going to be a good fit for that treatment court. Right. And
Got
this
it.
is the perfect example. This man right here is a perfect example. He's not getting into that clunky drug court. And if the PD wants to set this for exam, that's fine. On 3 separate cases, we're going to be bringing witnesses in, police officers in. And if they don't want to go negotiate at that point, that's fine. I can respect that. But every time we set these cases for exam, we're bringing in people from work, from their shift, and then the conversation, I don't know if they want to continue it or not, but I'm just letting them know.
So, all right. Because I was gonna ask, but I thought the parties had talked about this, and I apologize, Mr. King, as to with this modification in bond, we're having these set for exam. Is that right, Mr. Ward?
That's correct, Your Honor. My understanding is that Mr. Vasher is not open to any resolution other than drug court. I advised him of the people's
I
position,
see.
which is why.
Okay, so that, hold
set it
on,
for
no,
exam.
now I understand how we got here. So here's what I'm gonna do. All of these will be set for preliminary examination as indicated on July 18th, 2023 at 9. Okay? As to the order regarding the bond, I'm only signing it if it is stipulated to.
Understood.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor. Thank you.
What is the stipulation?
Pardon?
What is the stipulations?
Well, you might want to talk to your attorney about that. I've made it very clear what I'm doing. Thank you, Mr. Vasher.
Yes, Your Honor. Have a